welcome, welcome, welcome to today's episode, or this another mid episode, midnight, the after dark version. I didn't kick me. I'm here. I'm talking to you and talking to somebody on the fucking place Xbox at the same time. So here we are, midnight. Yep. And I wanted to take midnight because I touched on something, and I wanted to touch back on it. That's to do with church. And the church, just the church in the Black community, it's its history and its influence, and my feelings about church, because I think church can be helpful if the people in charge of it. I don't know. I'm talking with this in my mouth. That probably makes for bad. Was it podcasting, radio? So yes, church. Man, the church is an integral part of Black community, man. Like, I mean, even as someone whose parents weren't really into church, I was in church a lot. And church isn't about asking questions, Church is about faith. And church is about accepting the suffering of life and being a good person, despite other people not being good people to you. Like, I mean, it's a great way to promise, afterlife of all these rewards. And you could be a slave, you know what I'm saying? Because that's God's will. Because that's what they basically used to do. They had a Negro Bible that basically told you as a Black person that it was God's will that you were enslaved and you had to do all this suffering. It was God's will. It was the Lord. And there would be a Black person or a slave put in charge, and he was a slave that could read. I lost my train of thought because I'm trying to do two things at once. This is so difficult. It used to be easy when I was younger, like to split my focus. But now, man, I'm an old man. I can't. And I'm talking to the screen. I'm supposed to be talking to the camera. I'm supposed to be talking to you. I can't find. There you are. I could fix this. I will fix this in just a moment. But yeah, when I was talking about the church, it was a tool. Christianity was a tool. It would use both in North America, South America, and Africa to push forward the narrative of white supremacy, which was that the lighter you are, the closer you were to God. And that's why a lot of our depictions of God, Jesus, all this stuff is white. And it's been quite successful. Quality campaign. But there's a lot of good things the church provided the community, even after slavery, because no matter how much you try to push a narrative of inferiority and superiority, a lie can't exist in the light of the truth. I mean, if you can keep lying to someone, but the more the truth gets exposed, the harder it is to keep that lie going. So people will start to realize things about the church, and the church loses a lot of its power and influence in the Black community. But what is also lost with the loss of the influence of the church is the sense of community, togetherness, the family, the familiarity, like everybody knowing each other, a village raising children. That's what's been lost with the loss of the influence of the church. But another thing that has been lost with the loss of the influence of the church is the acceptance of these ideas that have been ingrained in in Black culture for generations. You know, the idea of subliminal white superiority, like the feeling of like there's no way I could do what white people do because they're white people and I'm just a lowly Black person. You know, they may not say that, but it's like it's something that's felt. You know, with like I had a buddy that that I grew up with in high school. His name was Mike. I'm just gonna say Mike because Mike's a common name. It's not, you're not gonna find Mike. I'm not gonna embarrass Mike. I haven't talked to Mike in years. I don't even know if Mike's alive. I hope he's alive. He was a good person. But my dad wanted to take me fishing, and I wanted to take my buddy Mike with me. So I asked his grandmother, and she said, "Man, he can't go out there. He can't go out there. He gonna mess around and drown. He gonna mess around and drown." The nigga was 16 years old. He can't be close to a lake and not drown. He can swim. Hell, I know because we used to go to the pool every day. And so he gonna be out there and he gonna drown? Nah. It's just the fear of the unknown and things that are like, this is my neighborhood. This is what we do here. You know, this is what. Oh, going out there, oh, that's white people stuff. We don't do white people stuff. Black people don't do that. We put things on us that we can't do because we're Black. And it's not white people telling us we can't do this. It's us. It's the training, the ingrained programming, and it takes a while. You know, it's generational. I mean, you talk about something that's hundreds of years in the making, and in order to change it, you know, it's going to take years, and we got to be patient. We can't be, you know, you got to be patient with your grandparents, your elders, because sometimes, you know, you have a tendency, or at least me, I know I had a chip on my shoulder when it came to older people, because I felt the world was fucked up. Who else is to blame but the niggas that was here before us? It's like, y'all the one that messed up the civil rights movement. That's before I learned about all the government programs and everything that was put into place to put Black people, especially Black men, and separate Black men from their families and instill a sense of distrust and mistrust between Black men and Black women that's being, you know, taken advantage of to this day. So the church, it's a place where we learned how to organize, and we learned how to, you know, use the government. You know, we educated our communities. You know, we kept our communities safe. We stuck together with the church, but we also misinformed our communities. We instilled all these negative values and, you know, subliminally put white people above us. Does the church still hold a place in Black culture today? Most definitely, it can. But we have to get back to the actual Christianity. We have to let go of this Christianity that was given to us by, you know, colonialists. And if we can do that, if we can get, because Christianity isn't a white thing. There was Christianity before. I keep looking at the screen. There was Christianity before there was slavery. You know, there was Christianity. I mean, the oldest Christian nation is Ethiopia. That's a fact. So Africans have had a part in the shaping and molding of Christianity in the past. And we need to get back to that. We need to get back to the pre-white supremacy Christianity. You know, because a lot of countries in Africa, they switched to Islam. You know, so then it became Christianity versus Islam, and somehow we got X'd out of Islam. I don't know. That's not quite in my process of learning yet, but when I get to that, I'll let you know. uh, what we need to get back to is not looking at it as us versus them, just learning from each other. If religions could exist in a place of mutual respect and an exchange of ideas, an exchange of, like, we need to stop seeing our differences. We need to stop seeing our differences. Yes, we need to stop seeing our differences as something to separate us and start seeing them as something to bring us together. The ability to learn from each other and to compound on what we already know with someone else's knowledge. Like, we can be different. Everybody can be different. We don't have to be the same. We don't have to all wear the same uniform. What we need to do is respect other people's cultures, upbringings, as much as we respect our own. We need to look at the similarities as something to unite us and look at the differences as something that's going to help us grow and become stronger, because that's what it does. There's very little loss from learning about someone else, this culture. Like, there's very little loss from learning and knowledge. Knowledge very seldom makes you weaker. It can make you more dangerous. It can make you damn near mentally unstable. But at the end of the day, knowledge is it's just knowledge. It's just information. And information is, I feel like it's always better to have it than not. I mean, I feel that way sometimes. Sometimes you wish you learn stuff that you wish you didn't know anymore. I know I feel that way a lot of the goddamn time. I wish I didn't know half the shit I know. Ignorance is bliss, they say. But there's so many beautiful things that come out of church, especially music. A lot of our best musicians in R&B and instrumentalists have come from the church, you know. And they can say all they want about, the LGBT community and its lack of acceptance, but I tell you what, they've always been accepted in church. I mean, that's where, like, you don't want to say that, but yeah, it's a whole lot of gay people in the church, and the choir, all that stuff. I mean, gospel wouldn't probably exist without gay people. And that's not a dig on gay people or a dig on choir. It's just, it's the acceptance and the community that's been lost with the loss of influence of the church and I feel like the church is bought. It's bought and paid for. These pastors with all this money. If there's no way you got all this money and anybody, you can't. How you gonna be a pastor? You passing the word of God on. You got millions, and there's people in your congregation that can't eat, that starve, or getting evicted. But you got billions. You got billions of dollars, and there's people in your flock, your so-called flock, the people you're shepherding. They ain't got enough to take care of their family. Fuck out of here. I don't believe you. I don't believe you're about what you say you're about. I think you're a fraud. That's just me. So I'm gonna make this one short. I've been on here for 15 minutes. Let's keep it real short. This is gonna be a short, sweet, just, I need to get some things. I need to get some kinks worked out with my camera because I feel like I'm fuzzy. Like, I look at myself, I think I'm fuzzy because I can't look. And plus, I need to better position my room. And too far away from the mic. But one thing you can't say that I didn't show up at midnight-ish. But I was about 10 minutes late. Dad, it's better. I'm getting better. And that's at midnight. And guess what, motherfucker? I'll be back at noon. I'm telling you, I'm on your ass. I'm here every fucking day. Woo! Yeah, I had to get excited for a minute. I'm sorry. I had to get riled up. So, oh, you died. Oh, Jesus. Yep. All right. I gotta go. And so, the church, yo, what are we gonna do with it? I say we start holding those people accountable that are getting all that money. There's no way you should have that much motherfucking money and you're not getting taxed or nothing. It's a payoff, man. It's a payoff to a lot of the community. So we need to get those motherfuckers out, get people that really care about the word in. And I think religion has a place in society and a positive place in society, as long as it's not manipulated by evil motherfuckers. So that's it. That's all I got. Peace. See, my shit's unfocusing. You see how it's unfocusing? I'll fix that. This was an episode. Who knows if it was good? It may have been better than bad, but hey, it's an episode. Peace. And I did it again. I touched the screen like it's a tablet, but it's not a tablet. It's a laptop. So this is